It takes a long time to get paid in construction when things go well. And you know that because you're waiting for that cash. Sometimes you're unable to take a new job because you don't have the cash. You're putting money on your credit card because you don't have the cash. And that's when things go well. And just like it's kind of complicated to make sure that the job gets done on time, it's really complicated for money to move from one hand to the other. And you really don't want to be subject to the whims of how the money is going to move, but too frequently you are. That impacts whether you can buy more materials. It impacts whether you can put food on your own table. It impacts how you can advertise your services. And so what you're doing is you're constantly going from job to job. You're robbing Peter to pay Paul. You're moving cash around because you're relying on a pay cycle that takes a really, really long time. And that's impacting your business. It's amazing how jobs even get completed, where somebody dreamed up that I want this color, this wall color to be blue. And that goes on the plans and it goes into, people bid on it. And then the demoing has to happen. The framing has to happen. The electrical wire has to go in. The insulation has to go in. The sheetrock has to go in. And then finally the painter shows up and has to have that right paint color. All the coordination that had to go into that thing that seems so simple is replicated all over construction. It's in the payment process, it's in the permitting process, it's in the scheduling process, it's in the managing process, and that's why jobs are always late, and that's why jobs are always struggling with budget, and that's why it takes longer to get paid in construction than it does with any other industry on the globe. The challenge with construction is that frequently, way too frequently, the circumstances of why you're getting paid slow or why you're not getting paid at all has nothing to do with the people whose hands you're shaking. You know, it has to do with some of the other people on the job. It has to do with some of the big corporations that are on the job. There's just a whole assembly of circumstances beyond that partnership and beyond that one contractual arrangement that is going to impact whether or not you get paid and when. You see, just because it's hard to get paid in construction doesn't mean that you shouldn't be paid in construction. Everybody who puts blood, sweat, and tears and money into a job deserves to get what they earn on the job. The mechanic's lien right is a right that's given to contractors as a promise that if you put in work and if you put in cash and you sink it into a job, you've done the work and you deserve to get paid. So a lien right is there for the contractor to guarantee that they get paid and that they won't be left donating their labor and materials to the job. One way I like to think of it is that there is a line to be paid. And there's some people at the front of the line and there's some people at the back of the line. What differentiates people who are at the front of the line from the people at the back of the line? Part of it is relationships. Part of it is the work that you're doing and the work you still need to do. But one really important factor there is with respect to how you're positioned. Whether you sent the notice on the job, whether you have a good lien right still on the job. All these things go into putting you at the front of the payment line. The easier you can make it for the owner or the GC or the lender to know that you're being paid and how much you need to be paid, the faster you're gonna get paid. You're gonna be at the front of the line when you can make it crystal clear to the owner, I was on the job, I did the work, I'm being paid, and you're not gonna have to worry about me. Cash is super important in construction. Your cash is super important in construction. How fast you're paid is super important in construction. And when it comes time to be paid, you wanna make sure that you're first in the line and you're getting paid the fastest. And in this course, you're gonna learn everything you need to know about getting paid and getting paid faster and using the lien rights process in a way that makes you look professional, in a way that makes sure that you're at the front of the payment line, and a way to make sure that you never get burnt on a construction job and you're always able to get what you earn.